This week on Scroll, we have a concert by Citizen Soldier to bring awareness to mental health, covered by Colin Prisbury.
Coming up, Liberty Gonzalez gives us a preview of the fashion show on campus.
And up next, we have Shane Morrill in the Crossroads asking students about how they balance their school and social lives.
Hello and welcome to Scroll's News Show. I'm Harrison Kelly.
And I'm Alejandra Perry. Stay tuned for stories about the devotional with Brother Fisher, a feature on DJing I Try at the Tutoring Center, and the Spirit of Mexico event, along with our weekly announcements and news.
Madison Performing Arts Center, Moving Towards Hope, and Madison Cares hosted a concert by Citizen Soldier, a rock band that sings about struggles with mental health. Citizen Soldier, led by frontman and founder Jake Segura, strives to make music with a group therapy dynamic, and has said that they will always be there for those wondering if they are worth saving. Many fans have embraced their music, whether for the powerful message it carries or for the love of rock and roll, and brought one of their latest songs, Heavy, to number 19 on the iTunes chart and number 2 on the iTunes Rock chart. The event at Madison Performing Arts Center featured a silent auction, food trucks, and a raffle. Colin Prisbury was on the scene with the story.
Hey there, I'm here at the Madison Performing Arts Center where rock band Citizen Soldier is using their music and all the proceeds tonight to create scholarships for therapy for students in Madison County. We're here today with Jake Segura. He's the singer for Citizen Soldier, and we're here to talk about this concert they're putting on today and what it means to the community. So why did you guys choose to come to Rexburg of all places?
So I have a family connection here in Rexburg, and she had been talking to me about the increase in the spike in suicidality with youth here, and I was told today there were 7 completed suicides here in the last month, which is an insane number. So our music is obviously very mental health driven. I'm a practicing trauma therapist, and so it just seemed like a good match, and the purpose of tonight is to raise as much money as possible for therapy scholarships, I should say, for students that are having a hard time and need somebody to talk to.
I think the moment that clicked with me with this band, and where it was kind of like, wow, this is actually something really special. We had a show at the Depot it was like our first show back after COVID. We hadn't played for almost 2 years. And the amount of fans that came out to that show and stood in line and like talked to us and just shared stories, that was like the beginning for me. Was like, okay, I didn't realize this would be this rewarding, and that I think was the moment where it kind of struck me that this is something special.
It's the human connection, right? It's the conversation starter of what focusing on mental health really means, and being able to take our passion for music and then apply that into spreading that message is something really special to me.
And tell me, what made you name the band Citizen Soldier?
So I liked the idea of citizen representing the everyday person and soldier representing the battle or the struggle they're going through that nobody else really sees.
If you were to give, advice, or for someone who hasn't heard of your band before, hasn't heard of you guys, what would you want someone to know?
I don't think it'd be about our music. I think it would be if you're having a hard time, that there is no better option or resource for someone who's struggling with depression or relationship issues or whatever it may be than therapy. There are a lot of people out there who will try to sell you different things that can help you, but as far as like evidence-based, science-backed approaches, therapy can be a really powerful resource and tool as long as you're willing to accept that there are some not so great therapists out there, and it might be kind of a trial and error process for you to find the right person. I think the goal of this band is to get as many people to therapy as possible.
Music can be a powerful tool, and it can mean a lot in times of darkness. If you're looking for music that has a powerful mental health message, or you really like rock music, Citizen Soldier may be a good band for you. If you are in Idaho and you're having a mental health crisis, call 988 or text them. I'm Colin Prisbury, reporting for The Scroll.
Mental health has become an increasingly relevant topic and is affecting people at younger and younger ages. Addressing it earlier on has become an important topic in the unwritten futures of America's students. All proceeds from the concert will be donated to provide therapy scholarships through Madison Cares for youth needing mental support. That's incredible. I think that's so cool that Madison Cares is teaming up with Citizen Soldier. I think that's cool.
I do too. I actually really love their music, and they've helped me through some really hard times.
Yeah? I need to listen to their music now. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, next, every semester, the apparel design students display their creations at BYU-I's very own fashion show.
Reporter Liberty Gonzalez is joining us with more of the details of this upcoming event.
It just kind of brings excitement to the mundaneness of living in Rexburg, that you get to see just beautiful people showing off beautiful clothing and designers and just friends and food. It's just such a night of like elegance. I love it.
Every semester, the BYU-I Apparel Design Program hosts their very own fashion show, where aspiring designers get to show off their designs and admire the work of others.
I'm currently working on a jumpsuit for Apparel Construction 2. It's a knit project. I basically make my own pattern design, and then I pattern it, and then I make it. Right now, I'm at a point where I basically am making this facing, so when I finish the garment, I'll turn it like this, and they'll have a nice finished edge, so no one will see any raw edges on the neckline.
Today, the Fashion Show Event Committee are making decorations, including cutting out cardboard moons to match this semester's theme, Luna Maria.
I think my favorite thing about the fashion show is that you really get to see that design and style is so individual to each person, because I think that depending on where you grew up, you can often only see like a very specific style for like where you're from. And you know, at BYU-I we have people from all over the place and all over like what is their certain style and like what art means to them. And you really get to see all of those displayed, which I think is really awesome.
This semester, the fashion show will be held outdoors in the McKay Amphitheater on Saturday, July 20th at 6:30 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the doors or on BYUI.edu. Reporting for BYU-Idaho Scroll, I'm Liberty Gonzalez.
The fashion show looks like it'll be so cool.
Yeah, that looks really cool. It definitely will be. And anyone who wants to attend can find tickets at tickets.byui.edu. Now with some church and local news, the Casper, Wyoming Temple has finished and it's opening its doors to the public. Visitors will be able to take a tour throughout the temple to learn how the gospel blesses families not only in mortality, but also throughout the eternities. The temple is one-story house of the Lord that features a center spire. This is the second completed temple in Wyoming. Elder Quentin L. Cook of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles will dedicate the temple in 2 different sessions in October.
Next, the home of Chad Daybell is under a pending sale. The home where the bodies of Tylee Ryan and J.J. Vallow were recovered was listed for $350,000. That is $100,000 below the market value, according to Local News 8. At this time, it is still unknown who the potential buyer is.
And finally, the dance and theater department at BYU-Idaho featured its Extravagance group last week, which performed a Beatles-themed show titled Now and Then. The performance was held in the Snow Drama Theater, and many students came out to support the show. And it ran a total of 5 days and was a great opportunity for the dancers to learn new styles of dance.
Now for some school-themed advice, here at BYU-I, we have many awesome and free opportunities to work on our homework or prepare for an exam or quiz with a tutor.
That's right. Those opportunities include the Presentation Practice Center, the Writing Center, and the Math Lab. Reporter Victoria Skalick tried the different tutoring opportunities in this week's iTry.
Hello everyone and welcome back to iTry. My name is Victoria Skalick and today we are trying something new. I see something that you don't, and it starts with the letter T, and it's tutoring. Honestly, with iTry I do a lot of fun things. I do rock climbing, I go to roller skating, and I do a lot of fun stuff. But here at BYU-I, most of us are students. And I mean, maybe you guys are just a genius, but I'm not a genius 24/7. And tutoring really helps with that. And you know what's really cool about that? Tutoring here, actually, it's free. And we have many sources like the Presentation Practice Center, we have a math lab, and we also have a writing lab. So let's explore what options we have. So next time when you get stuck on homework, you can get help. Let's go. I'm here with Brother Hackey. He's like the big boss over the Presentation Practice Center, or the PPC. Brother Hackey, can you tell me more about what the PPC does?
In the PPC, we help people from outlining to brainstorming all the way to polishing a presentation, and ultimately helping people increase their confidence in their public speaking skills.
Awesome. And here at BYU-I, all tutoring is free as far as I know that. Do you know what's the reason behind so many tutoring centers?
It's because we want to help students reach their potential. And the best way to do that is giving them the resource to do that.
I love that. I say BYU is pretty cool. Last thing, what would you tell students to tell them to come to tutoring centers like the PPC?
We'll come and we'll help you out. It's kind of a misnomer that dumb people come to the PPC, come to the tutoring center, but really smart people do. So come, get smarter, and we'll help you out with that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brother Hackey. I'm here with Tobias Mikkelsen. He's one of the tutors here at the Writing Center. What would you tell to students to encourage them to come to tutoring centers like this?
I would say that, first off, it's free. And also, not only will we be able to help you there, like at the tutoring appointment, we'll be able to give you like so many different worksheets, so many different tools, and also access to like PDFs that will help you outside of the appointment as well. So it's not only just what happens in the appointment, it's what we are able to give you in the appointment to help you outside the appointment as well.
Awesome. Thank you. You know, I love iTry for this exact reason, because I get to try so many new things. And for those new students coming who are watching this, please go check out more information under the official BYU-I page, because you can find so much more than just what I showed you. I'll see you guys next week. My name is Victoria Skalek, reporting for Scroll.
I, for one, am really happy that we have so many tutoring opportunities. I definitely need them for a lot of my classes.
Yeah, I've used the PPC more times than I can count. Make sure to check out these tutoring centers and many more under iPlan, or talk to your professor about which tutoring center would be best. Now, as we look to the upcoming week, here are some of our announcements. As the semester comes to a close, make sure to check out the fitness classes, weekly activities, and other fun events held weekly on campus. The University Band will be performing from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. on July 17th in the Snow Barris Concert Hall. Tickets are available at the BYU-I ticket office. This is sure to be a fun event and a great way to hear some phenomenal live music.
And on July 19th, the Theater and Dance Department are hosting Comic Frenzy, a family-friendly comedy event. This event is free, and 2 shows will be held, one from 7 to 8:30 p.m. and another from 9 to 10:30 p.m., both in the Snow 105.
This week in the devotional, students learned about how to face hard decisions. The advice is sure to help any student or person dealing with things to decide. Reporter Ella Ziegler has a recap for us.
Welcome back to another devotional recap. This week we heard from Brother John Fisher, who shared his experience proposing to his wife. He explained that it was a very difficult decision that he had to make, and offered us advice on how to make difficult decisions in our lives as well. His first suggestion was that we prepare ourselves spiritually to receive guidance. He suggested that we do this in the temple. His second suggestion was to study it out in our minds and to put in the work required to receive answers. His third suggestion was to pray and listen carefully to the Spirit and what the answers we receive are. And his fourth suggestion, to take those answers and to proceed with trust. We know that the Lord loves us and that He's concerned for every aspect of our lives, and thus He's willing to help us with whatever difficult decision we might face. This has been another devotional recap. I'm Ella Ziegler, reporting for Scroll.
Thanks, Ella. I definitely will be putting that into practice.
Now, we have a story on some BYU-Idaho students who are learning how to be DJs. Jeffrey Horn has the story.
Maddie Mawia facilitated a DJ camp on the BYU-Idaho campus to teach students how to use DJ equipment.
So when I was like 13, my dad got his own turntable set, so a mixer, and he would take me to the events that he did. Since I got to tag along, I just kind of fell in love with it, and I've been doing it ever since. So it's like 10 years now of just DJing.
First, Mawia instructs the group on how to assemble this music mixing setup.
We're just gonna start by learning how to set it up initially. So you'll learn how to put up with the speakers, connect all the XLR cords, and how to turn on the turntable and connect to the laptop and what program we're gonna use. And then after that, we're gonna learn literally how to set up, like put the song up on the thing and play a song, and that's gonna be like the initial. You think it's pretty basic, it seems kind of complicated at first, but you'll get it.
Finally, Mawia turns the group loose to let them try it out themselves.
I didn't know that you had to do so much. I kind of thought you just had like a button that would fade one song into the next, but it's all like pretty manual actually.
With all the dances, skating, and other events happening every week on campus, it's no wonder why it's so important to teach possible future DJs this mastery of music mixing.
I think it's pretty cool. I want to learn how to DJ, so it's good practice, that's for sure.
I just want to show people that it doesn't take you having to have all of the fancy equipment for you to be able to host your own event or host your own party and have fun.
Reporting for BYU-Idaho Scroll, I'm Jeffrey Horn.
Wow, BYU-I really is the place to learn all kinds of skills and talents.
That's true. Yeah, I would have never imagined that they taught DJing on campus.
I didn't either, but you know, it's kind of crazy. I have a lot of friends that are DJs, and a lot of people think you can just be a DJ and play some music. It's a little bit more than that. It's actually kind of hard. So that's cool they're teaching that.
Yeah, I have DJ friends as well, and it's crazy how much knowledge that goes into it.
Yeah, seriously. Speaking of skills and talents, Ethan is covering an event here on campus meant to help us gain skills that not only help ourselves, but people on both sides of the veil. Spirit of Mexico has hosted on the 9th of July and was meant to help students and participants know how to better use Family Search and get them excited about this great work. In the morning, they had a Family Search activity, and then to top it off, they had a Latin dance and performances from 8 to 11 at night. Ethan will be interviewing one of the leaders of this event who has some words to share with us.
Hello and bienvenido al Proyecto México. I'm here today and we'll be covering this amazing project, which this is the dancing and performance section of it, where basically the goal of it is to bring family history and the work of the Lord better into our society and further it. And so I'm here today. We're going to talk to some people and see what it's about so that you guys can be informed. Bienvenido. So what is your job here and what is the significance of this event for you?
Okay, so we're very happy to be here and to have been invited to BYU-Idaho to do this amazing Proyecto Mexico, in which we're going to be releasing a lot of hints. Hints are little records that we have that they are missing a little bit of information on them. Once you add that piece of information to the tree of Family Search, then that person can be found. And maybe somebody in France who is doing their family history and they have ancestors from Mexico, now they can find that information, so it's very important.
That is so amazing. This seems like something that's really important for this school and for everybody involved.
I think it's very important for young people to remember that they're not alone, that they have ancestors and they have angels who are watching over them constantly.
Thank you so very much for joining us at El Proyecto Mexico. We will see you guys later.
Thank you, Ethan. I love learning about cultures and backgrounds that make us so diverse.
Next, we have Shane Morrill inquiring students about how they balance schoolwork and social life in the Crossroads.
Hey students, this is Shane Morrill here with Scroll Broadcast. Today we're going to be doing another episode of Crossroad Connections, and we're going to be asking students how they keep a work-life balance. So how they balance their academic responsibilities along with their social obligations with their friends. All right, let's get right into it. With your many duties and responsibilities as a college student, how do you balance between academic and social?
I think it's all about priorities. And so if you make sure that you assign things in the proper order, then you'll have time for social stuff.
Making a schedule is definitely good, knowing what you're going to do that day and what classes you have and when you have free time and everything, when I'm going to the gym in the morning or something, and then I know I have classes and then I'll have free time here, that's when I can hang out with people. So mainly just having a set schedule and kind of sticking with it.
For me, the biggest thing is setting time limits. I'm going to do homework from this time to this time, and then from this time to this time I have to do extracurricular activities.
Well, what helps me is like staying on campus until I've finished as much homework as possible, because once I go to the apartment, like it's over, like we're done, you know? So it helps to like stay here after classes and work on like as much as I can. And then when I go home, it's like a mental shift of like, okay, now I'm home, now I can hang out with roommates, go out with friends, and like the distinction really helps me.
I mean, I think you just like kind of have a set time throughout the day. Like, I don't know, for me at least, I wake up and like I'm usually here from like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and I just make sure I get everything done in that time.
I just got married like 6 months ago. So that's like basically my whole social life, but there's still like us trying to hang out with our friends that are couples and stuff like that. And what we found out is planning is the key. Weekly planning, daily planning, because we found out that if you don't plan, all you do is school.
Thanks, Shane. I know all of us are still trying to figure out the secrets to balancing school and fun.
There's always more to discover at BYU-Idaho. Check out the BYU-I website to learn more.
Well, this has been our show today.
Check out Scroll's website for more news, stories, and events at byuiscroll.org.
Join us in fall semester as we explore more fun events and stories.
And watch that episode when it comes out in Season 3,
where it will be posted to social media.
So remember to share it with your friends and your family.
And subscribe to our channel.
I'm Harrison Kelly.
And I'm Alejandra Perry.
Thanks for watching.